the American Legion Post 191 for their service in the military and also for continuing to serve the veterans of this great country. It is my great honor to be before you on this day as a veteran. I am humbled to have the opportunity to speak to you about the meaning of Memorial Day. Many Americans have forgotten the true meaning of a holiday that was, as veterans, hold so close to our hearts. For too many, Memorial Day now signifies nothing more than the start of summer and is celebrated with holiday sales, trips to the lake, and shopping extravaganzas. We have forgotten remembrance ceremonies or simply put a day to reflect upon the luxuries like freedom that was Americans enjoy daily. As proud veterans, we know the true meaning of Memorial Day. On Memorial Day, we honor our fallen comrades of the United States military in the form of remembrance, and with that comes a deep sense of appreciation for both the selflessness in protecting the land of the free and for their sacrifice in ensuring it stays that way. It is never over. Missions may end, but the legacies left and the pain of their absence endure. By the time our last remaining troops returned from Iraq in December 2011, nearly 4,500 of their comrades lost their lives during Operation Iraqi Freedom and New Dawn. We continue to lose American heroes every day overseas, in military training accidents and in missions around the world. The loss of their families, friends, fellow service members, and country is permanent. Some were only teenagers, and most of those killed were under the age of 25. In the eyes of their loved ones, they are forever young. Remembering our fallen once a year is not enough. The widows, widowers, fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, and children remember every day. The empty seat at the dinner table, the smaller gathering on Thanksgiving, and the voice of a loved one heard only as a distant memory are constant reminders that they are gone. But there are also people who can enjoy time with their families because of the sacrifices that others have made. Scripture tells us that greater love hath no man than a man lay down his life for his friends. Marine Corporal Jason Dunham epitomized this. A 22-year-old native of upstate New York, Corporal Dunham was on patrol when his unit was attacked in Iraq. When the enemy hurled a grenade, Corporal Dunham used his helmet and body to smother the explosive. He absorbed the blast and saved his fellow Marines. 8 days later, on April 22, 2004, he died from the injuries inflicted by that blast. He was the first Marine to receive the Medal of Honor since the Vietnam War. From the American Revolution to the global war on terrorism, 1 million American men and women like Corporal Dunham have made the supreme sacrifice. They died so that we could continue to cherish the things that they loved: God, country, and family. That is why we are gathered here on Memorial Day, to honor the memory of our fallen warriors who have given everything for this country. We are also reminded on this day that in each generation, brave men and women will always step forward to take the oath of allegiance as a member of America's armed forces, willing to fight and, if necessary, die for the sake of freedom. In reflecting on the sacrifices of their comrades during World War I, the founders of the American Legion saw 4 common reasons, or pillars, if you will, as to why Americans so often in the past, and still to this day, answer their nation's call, even to the point of sacrificing their lives. They do it to provide a strong national defense, to keep America safe, and to secure against those enemies who would destroy our American way of life. They do it for their fellow comrades, for those fighting by their side against all odds, and for those who eventually separate from the military but proudly claim their status as veterans. They do it for American core values of God and country, family, patriotism, and our religious heritage. They do it for their children, so that they can grow up in America that is strong and free. It is through this last pillar, children, that we can continue the spirit of Memorial Day, each and every day. More than 6,400 American men and women have died in Afghanistan and Iraq in the latest wars. Many were parents. The innocence of their grieving children will be challenged by the dramatic change affecting the balance of security and comfort in the family routine. Their hearts will feel the sharp sting of their loss, leaving them only with memories of the loving mom or dad. Life as they have known it will be much harder from now on. There are many tangible things we can do to honor the service of our fallen heroes. First and foremost is to take care of their families. In some cases, this means providing financial assistance to help their children obtain a higher education. This is why the American Legion established the American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund. Across this great country, the American Legion is raising funds to ensure that college education will be a reality for these families. We honor the living comrades of our fallen, the wounded, injured, and ill members of our armed forces through programs like Operation Comfort Warriors, Heroes to Hometown, and through the work of the American Legion service officers. Oftentimes, these veterans are surprised that so many want to help. We don't do this because of any requirements. We do it because we want to. It is simply the right thing to do. Memorial Day is not about picnics and parades, although there is nothing wrong with enjoying and celebrating our American way of life. But Memorial Day is really about remembering those who made our way of life possible. Army Sergeant Dennis Weichel was one such man. Sergeant Weichel enlisted in the Rhode Island National Guard in 2001. He successfully completed a tour in Iraq in 2004 and was redeployed in Afghanistan in 2012. When a young Afghan boy was picking up a shell casing in the middle of the road, Sergeant Weichel acted with what his friends say was a characteristic instinct. He pushed the boy from the path of a moving armed vehicle and sacrificed his own life so the boy could live. His friend, Staff Sergeant Ronald Corbett, said he would have done it for anybody. That was the way he was. He would give his own shirt off his back if needed. 3 young children in Rhode Island sacrificed their father so another young child in Afghanistan could live. During the funeral, the National Guard chaplain read a letter that Sergeant Weichel's son, Nicholas. "I really, really miss you," Nicholas said. "I promise I will protect my sisters, Hope and Madison, like you told me to. You are my hero. I know you are in heaven watching over me. You are the brightest star. The sacrifice that you and your fellow Americans have made will not be forgotten. As we go about our activities, we should take the opportunity not only to remember the sacrifices of our fallen and mourn their departure, we should celebrate the spirit with which they served and reflect upon their contributions in making America truly the land of the free. May God bless them and may God bless you for being here today. Thank you.